Do you love breakdowns? Do you need stats? Do you crave insight? Download the AllStar app. UFC, Bellator, PFL 1 Championship, and more. Ad-free, fully customizable. Download the best app in the business. Link in descriptions. Speaking of flyweights, the flyweight title is coming up in Brazil early next year. I wanted to pick your brain about that. There's 3 fights to study between Figgy and Moreno. From your knowledge, who do you feel has the edge heading into this 4th fight?
I think Moreno's won 2 of the 3, in my opinion. The first fight, I felt like you could have easily given it to him. And then the second fight, obviously, in that last fight was very close. But in my eyes, judging scoring changes from year to year, fight to fight. So those guys are putting on exciting fights. But I think Moreno's got him figured out. I don't think the wrestling with Henry Cejudo is going to be enough. And I do believe that Moreno just is the better, more well-rounded, with more to offer fighter, as long as his chin holds up, as long as he doesn't get caught. Which, if you walk into any fight, whether it's boxing or MMA, and if the opponent main source of beating you is to knock you out, well, they have a very small chance, a much smaller chance of winning that fight than you do, right? Some have a great chance. If your name is, Wilder or Mike Tyson, or, like if you're an extreme knockout artist, Derek Lewis, that most of your fights in the knockouts. But then we're talking about heavyweights. Yeah. When you talk about flyweight, it's not many flyweights that get people out of their knockout. So I think 9 times out of 10, 8 times, 8.5 out of 10, the fights are going to sway to Moreno. He has a great cardio tank, and he's a very good fighter. He's very skilled in every area, and he just has the opportunity every time he fights Figueiredo to transitionally grapple with him better than Figueiredo can keep up, just because he's just that far ahead, and he's going to continue to be that far ahead unless Moreno. I feel like Figueiredo only does jiu-jitsu for a year, or only does wrestling for a year straight. Like, that's it. Because, but then he's going to get taken apart with the boxing. So I just don't think it's a good matchup for Figueiredo most times. And I think it's other matchups that are more difficult for Moreno in the weight class, and I would love to see those. So I would take Moreno, but you never count out that Brazilian heart. In Brazil, he might come up and just put on a hell of a performance,
Figueiredo, he always has his hands down. It's weird, right? His style of striking, you know what I mean? Have you ever seen anything like that from a flyweight, where a guy just walks forward with their hands down and then just throws bombs? And I think, like you referred to the gas tank, that drains the gas tank a lot of Figueiredo, and the weight cut as well, right? He's missed weight. So this is another factor, right? There's a lot of question marks still for Figueiredo heading into the 4th fight, right?
Yeah, and honestly, he's another fighter that said they got a nutritionist, and you kind of seen the benefit of it. I don't know if he missed weight his last fight, but I don't think he did.
No.
But he looked in decent shape. But honestly, man, when you see people's lifestyle, unless they change their lifestyle and how they are, like I was around him in Abu Dhabi after a fight. This was a couple years ago, and just how he operates and everything. It's like he likes going out and buying nice things for himself and partying, and like doing it. If he's still doing those type of things, it's going to be hard for me, in my opinion, for him to make up that gap if his mindset is still in that type of place. But we'll see. Something works better for other people. I don't think it's a good fight for him, skill for skill, in my opinion. And I think he gets away with a lot of things because he has that power, and he knows how to translate it to the weight class. But when you meet somebody with a better boxing skill set, like Moreno, like myself, like a Kai Car France, they can probably touch him up and play that stand-up game and look a lot better. Even like a Brandon Royval, if he doesn't get caught, they just impose a lot of issues for the guy coming in with low hands, swinging hard. So I do see Moreno picking him apart and just being in the fight. Last fight, he was very confident, and I really think he won the last fight, but it is what it is.
Do you see him maybe going in there and changing it a little bit and grappling a little bit more with Figueiredo in
I
this
think
fight
he'll
coming up?
try. I think he'll try to, but if he forces it, he'll get his back taken and choke him out.
Oh, really?
I think Moreno is just people. He hasn't had to grapple, but anytime they've gotten to grapple situations, Figueiredo ends up on the back foot, ends up in a shitty situation. He'll get a top position for a little bit, not do much damage. Moreno will get back up, and then when they get in a scramble or in any position, Moreno will find a way to end up on top or on his back or threaten him in a position. And so, um, yeah, I don't think he wants to. If he goes in there and try to implement a heavy grappling, because he's been around Cejudo, I think he gets tired quicker and finish quicker.
So you probably see more of a maybe a submission win for Moreno, or at least a decision if they do end up just trading on the feet.
I think Moreno feels like he has to finish him this fight, and I think he will if Figueiredo comes in trying to grapple a lot.
Man, I love talking fights with you, man. You know
Yeah,
your shit. It's
it
it's
it
easy.
be it, it'll be exciting, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting because it's flyweight. That's what people don't understand. It's not because it's Figueiredo Moreno. It's because it's flyweight, man. These guys are fucking good. Everybody's good. Tatsuro, Taira probably going there and fuck Figueiredo up right now, in my opinion. He's big, long frame, understands range, and he can wrestle his ass off and control you from the back. Those are all things that are going to cause Figueiredo issues. He could fight Figueiredo right now and probably beat him in a 3 round, I don't know, 5 round fight.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, that's how close the flyweights are. Everybody has their moments. You gotta take advantage of them. Everybody has runs. And there's very few people who've been dominant in this weight class. Only one, to be honest, and his name is Demetrius Johnson.